Roland was a warrior from the land of the midnight sun, with a Thompson gun for hire, fighting to be done. The deal was made in Denmark on a dark and stormy day, so he set out for Biafra to join the bloody fray. Through 66 and 7, they fought the Congo War, with their fingers on their triggers, knee deep in gore. Days and nights they battled the band to their knees. They killed to earn their living and to help out the Congolese. Roland the Thompson gunner, Roland the Thompson gunner.
All right, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and good night. Hello, everybody. It's the Fakeologist Show. It's the end of the Fakeologist week. It's Thursday, November the 13th, 2025. And this is the CSL / Frank the Salt Guy Show. I'll be your host. I'll take your calls. I'll allow you into the studio. I'll read your speak pipes or listen to your speak pipes. I'll read your emails. Whatever you want to talk about if it relates to Fakeology. So we've got two very well-spoken guests here, so they could probably fill the whole hour. So let us welcome first, in no particular order, we'll start with CSL from somewhere in the United States, and I can never remember where. Hello.
Hello, and I don't mind sharing. I am in the great free state of Florida in the United States. I'm glad to be here.
I always think you're in the middle of the states, but you're in Florida. Wow.
Yeah, we shared the same time zone, apparently. So,
yeah, that's true.
Over there in terrible Canada.
Yeah, you're right down I-75. That's how we get there.
That is correct.
I-75.
Glad to be here.
Straight down. Welcome. Thank you. And we also have Frank from the Corporation of Victoria, in the Corporation of Geelong, in the Corporation of Australia. Hello.
It's a pity you don't put Frank the Sulker anymore. That's what my business card says now.
Okay, well, I just didn't.
Is it too short? Is it too short or too long? Maybe he doesn't have enough characters to put there, Frank.
I could string it right along.
What I need to do is actually pay homage to your favorite fakeologist, whose name escapes me now, that mumbles all the time.
Mm-hmm. Which one? There's a lot of mumblers here.
Typo error, Chris.
Yeah,
that was awesome. That was an awesome impersonation. He is the one who came up with the Frank the Salt Guy title.
Well, was it? Well, yeah. Actually, coincidentally, last Sunday I decided to stream the audio chat to YouTube, and didn't get any positivity from the YouTube community, so I'm not sure I'll do that again. But a lot of people did not like it. But on the other hand, it opened up the other side of the Fakeologist world to the main show.
What was it? The stream that you sent out to YouTube? Which show?
Well, just the Sunday audio chat that was still going on hours and hours later. So I let it go through and to see what would happen. I don't think it went well, but it's okay. It seems like we have two different audiences, really. This show and the audio chat, they're not really related. I think we talk a little more Fakeology than the audio chat, though. But anyway, so that's an experiment we did there.
Well, to that point, I was just recently catching up on some of the FACs, and I caught a show on a Thursday that Frank was unavailable to join, and I think you had scheduled Farce to join also from the Discord.
Yeah,
he wasn't able to, and you ended up with Comcard Ken and John the Beggar and Anna, I think it was. That was just me just catching up.
That sounds right.
And I think it turned out into a great show.
Thanks.
But there was some there was some overlap there, right? Or not overlap, right? Like John
Yeah.
the Beggar, he just phone calls in.
Yeah.
And there were some questions about, well, how do I get in? How do I get on this Saturday fun? And I think that might be a common theme across those that listen. I mean, just speculating.
Paulie,
worried about how to get in, you mean?
yeah. Paulie Galtieri says fakeologist audio chats are like putting a glass to the wall of an asylum. That sounds about right.
That's good. That's good.
It's a bit
He also
harsh.
doesn't want Jim Rizzoli back on the show anymore. Okay. So there's a lot of last night's show was full of cusses and yelling and screaming. I thought
was there? I missed
emotions.
it. What was the reason for that?
Yeah, I missed it too. I didn't catch up yet to what went on, but I did see some of the comments to the show on the blog saying similar. Was it that bad?
Well, it's sort of a continuation of the Rizzoli and Fake Nukes and Wannabe Hitler show and Nimble Horse on Sundays. They do a podcast. And Phil, as I was, questioned whether or not anyone goes to jail for denying the Holocaust.
I'm with you on that, by the way.
Well, we're just asking. Phil questions everything, which is correct. The correct stand.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to know, did anyone, because Al Capone, for instance, he never went to jail for being a gangster or whatever he was famous for. He went to jail for not being able to prove where his income came from, therefore not paying tax. That's the story anyway.
Some form of racketeering charges too.
Oh, okay. But the bottom line is it seems like they catch people on technicalities for something else. And that's why they go to jail. Usually. So for instance, I guess if we looked at everyone here, maybe if we're all people that question 9/11, they could probably put us in jail for something else, but it would the public would perceive it as such.
They're actually putting you in jail for agreeing that you're all caps name. That's the only reason they're putting you in jail, from what I can work out.
Till says, ban Jim and Lynn. The stream goes 2 steps back when they're on. Okay. Well, here's some of the.
Gee, that's a superstar. Lynn is really a superstar.
All right.
Why would anyone suggest banning Lynn?
It just sounds beyond absurd to me, but okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Has she? I mean, I don't catch every show, but has she gone on some sort of rant like Jim has? I've caught a few Jim shows, and she does occasionally go there.
Oh, she's starting to yell at me now.
Oh,
okay.
Maybe they've got a new shtick.
Well,
I do find the guy that dresses up or like
Hitler,
Adolf, kind of cartoonish. Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler?
Okay, this is the FakeoTube site. So this is where the show is. It's titled Fake Nuke Phil's Dog Died, allegedly, because we don't have any video.
So I saw that title, and I have not yet listened to the show, but did that actually happen? Did his dog act?
Allegedly,
he talked about it.
Allegedly, he said.
I like the allegedly part of it. Yeah,
There's no video. I said to Phil,
my dog died a while back, and I was hurt by it.
Yeah,
but none of you were witness to it. I don't want to bear false witness to anyone, but none of you are witness to it. But it was a painful experience. Any of you that have had a dog that was close, is that what happened here?
Yeah, it was an old dog, old Yella. But there was
allegedly
no video evidence, so we just took Phil's word for it. And this is the show again where Phil is questioning whether the Schaefer people or even Zundel went to jail for Holocaust denial. And so that's what we were questioning. And Jim got really emotional about it because he said, they're my friends. You can't ask that. You're crazy. Really?
Oh, no, I did hear that. That was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
I know, but it really escalated this time.
I did it. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of recurring themes on these shows things that just won't die.
But that
What,
particular,
speaking
the
of
one
dying,
I,
was
the
it?
one, sorry, the one
I'm
I
sorry,
heard,
Frank. Go ahead.
these guys, the one that I heard, they were doing everything to not answer the question. So I thought it was very Jesuit-like behavior. That's my view of what Jesuit-like behavior is.
Speaking of which, we're going to bring Johnny Cerrucci back on because he's the best researcher on the Jesuits. And he just did a really good podcast with an Irish guy, the Belfast Bapcast. And Johnny was really, really good show. It was an hour and a half. I listened to that today, where he's doing a lot of Jesuit talk. So if you like that kind of thing, I did post it on FAKotube. I haven't posted on Fakeologist yet. Fakeologist, it seems like the host I chose for Fakeologist, they're really cheap up front, but man, as soon as you get going, they just want money for everything. And my database is now too big and they want more money. So now I have to figure out how to fix that.
Yeah, right.
And so the blog might have issues this week unless I can get a hold of that.
All right. So allegedly, presumably, Phil's dog actually died, and then he went on some sort of, what I'm understanding, and I'm speaking to someone that did not actually listen yet to that show. He got emotional about it, and the emotion, I'm presuming, was predicated on his dog just dying, right? And anyone that's had a dog that you were attached to could associate and recognize and put yourself in that shoe.
Yeah.
But then he seemingly, here's what I'm getting at, right? He seemingly extended that to legitimate or seemingly, allegedly legitimate testimony from others that might have experienced death or something, or no? Am I getting too far off?
You're mixing up two topics. This is separate from the questioning.
Fair enough. I'll leave it out.
Yeah, it's just separate from the questioning of these guys, whether or not they went to jail. No, Jim got emotional about it. He got really upset and yelling and screaming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
And Paulie Galtieri says, truth is Rizzoli is not a skeptic at all. He is an arrogant, brainwashed boomer with a Jew phobia. And Till says, but Jim talked to them on the phone. They must be telling the truth. So, yeah, my audience doesn't buy it. And I don't really have a feeling on it either way.
You didn't have a dog in this fight because your dog died.
Yeah, I'm anaphylactic towards dog fur, but I just thought it's a legitimate question, and I don't think you should get emotional about it. I mean, I thought Zundel back in the day was a clown show, and I didn't think the government. I didn't understand controlled opposition. I still have questions, but I have John Robinson, his former videographer, on all the time, and he certainly believed that Zundel was the real deal. I don't think he visited him in jail, though, mind you, which is interesting.
All right.
So there are questions because we understand what controlled opposition is. I'm more interested in that operation. So if you know about that, then of course you're going to wonder if the opposition wasn't controlled at the beginning, could they have been co-opted later? I think that's a good question.
I do too.
If you don't know about that concept, though, the average person's never heard of the concept, so of course they wouldn't question it. They don't know that these are all part of the operations. And who does these operations? Well, this channel for 12 years, I don't think it's the Jews. I really go with the Johnny Cerrucci point of view. It makes way more sense.
Well, from my point of view, if Jim is listening, is interested, and is interested in any feedback from people like me, I thought the unwillingness to provide a direct answer was gave me grounds to doubt the credibility of all those people, if I'm honest.
Well, I really I hope they didn't go to jail. I actually hope that isn't a true story, because that would make a little more sense. I know Germany's a different place. It's set up by the
but I think the whole point is that people are being terrified into
compliance.
Consent, but they're being fooled into
being.
That's the key, isn't it?
Well, it's also the key that you want to make the people around you the police force.
Yeah.
That's really the key to pulling off a successful operation. You cannot have a cop or a military person on every corner enforcing all the crazy diktats. You need to deputize each and every person in society to conforming and putting pressure on the nonconformists. That's the success. That's the key to success.
Agreed. Yep.
100% agreed. We actually
and that's why I think this issue that you brought up now about what was going on in that talk.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear the latest one, but the first one. I think it's one of the most pressing of the FAKO type topics is when people obfuscate. What do you do? What's the, where do we go from there? I just think I'm just going to immediately auto hoax them, or equivalent of auto hoaxing them, when they obfuscate so much and they wear Adolf Hitler suits. That doesn't help either.
Yeah, it's kind of amusing, actually. And I don't really listen to the show. I do put it on in the background because I like Phil, and I like when he goes up against the meat grinder of boomers that are questioning him, because I think he's a pretty brave soul for doing it. I think Phil is sincere. I don't think he's an op. He just seems he's a little too raw to be an op.
No.
I just think what came out from that topic highlighted that he's a genuine guy.
Yeah.
We experienced much of that, though, right? We experienced much of that with COVID, the COVID days, the before times, where many of us, I should say, were tasked with tattling on our neighbors and coworkers and otherwise that weren't following the various protocols from the authoritarian system.
Oh yeah.
Well,
you got. I mean, there were various locales, not just companies, but towns and cities, at least here in America, establish phone numbers, hotlines to report someone not following those protocols.
Yeah.
Report thy neighbor. Report thy neighbor. That's ultimately what it became.
Well, security guards became
perfected in East Germany.
Yeah, exactly. Security guards thought they were police officers in many cases during that. Here we go here. So I have my own blog post on the show, and then one of the good parts about the show, if you think it's good, is Jim posted on his website here, and he's got 661 views and 79 comments. And then Phil posted on his site, and he has 504 views, and he also has 109 comments because he doesn't censor his comments as much. So it gets pretty
clinically proven to reduce the look of wrinkles by 354%. Collagen and
turn that off there.
Hold on. I might want that. I might want that wrinkle reducing cream they were about to advertise.
Yeah, really. So
there wouldn't be anything left if I got rid of the wrinkles.
So anyway, some pretty good discussion over here. So if you like the show, there's quite a bit of stuff over here to go through. A lot of stuff here.
Well, it wasn't likable, was it? I mean, when you say, do you like the show? But it was interesting.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was real good. Really good show. So I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was last night's show. It was a barn burner. Controversy, that is thy name, if you like.
But was Lynn on it? And
no.
I can't imagine Lynn. Yeah, okay. Because I can't imagine Lynn.
Well, somebody in the chat mentioned Lynn too. Jim and Lynn, they kind of put them together as bannable people or something. But I'll commit to at least listening to it. I'll listen to it probably tomorrow and the next day on my commute myself to work.
Okay. I should do the same.
This is a strange comment. He says, I don't like to see Jim get upset, but I feel exactly the same way. Obviously, Monica and Germar and the rest have gone to jail. This is definitely starting to look like controlled opposition. So I guess they're saying Phil is controlled opposition.
That's kind of interesting.
That's kind of strange.
Well, again, I can only say that whatever the audio word is for the optics of it, the optics, from my point of view, is that there seems to be a lot of obfuscation going on and an unwillingness to answer a straight question.
Here's an interesting one. For the record, Kyle Hunt from Renegade questioned the Schaefer's authenticity years ago when they first appeared on the scene. Not sure why Phil is treated like royalty when it comes to that. But then Kyle Hunt also had his reservations about you, Jim. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you having commented somewhere on his website offering to come on one of his shows. What happened? And here's the renowned researcher, the fakeologist. I'm not a researcher, actually. I'm more of a regurgitator.
A curator.
Yeah, said there are no live
aggregator.
Yeah. I said there are no live court trials on TV. He should write a letter to Court TV and tell them to stop. Are any of the trials on Court TV real?
No.
Well, I guess No Way thinks they are. Because didn't Court TV really get its start with the OJ trial?
Exactly. Isn't that all the proof you need?
Yeah.
I had come across, and maybe I can find it here in a few minutes, a YouTube video of a guy that is a comedian that made his shtick on showing up repeatedly to the various. He lived in LA, and he showed up repeatedly to the various court TV shows where it was indeed, as we suspected, just a pay for play type thing. If you show up, you got a good case or good content, they'll pay you, regardless of the actual outcome. Mm-hmm. And he revealed as much, that the court TV shows that any of us have seen, all of them, Judge Judy, whatever, he was on multiple ones.
But Judge Judy describes
pay for play
as entertainment, doesn't it?
I think all of them do in some fashion. Yeah. So anyway, I'll dig up that link real quick. Give me a second.
Okie dokie. All right, so there you go. There is the huge discussion from last night's show. And did you guys have anything else you wanted to get to?
Well, I can just go back to the future. I have updated the rolling total of registered deaths in Victoria with the latest figures, and unfortunately, it is on the rise again. If it actually represents deaths, I don't know, but the numbers are now. So I've shared that screen with you somehow.
Okay, well, I'll take a look at that here. Okay, now we're on the Corona topic. Do we still call it Corona? No, Corona got superseded by COVIDs. So we're going to go back to that. That's a favorite topic of yours and mine.
It is.
Sure. And
so what you'll see I can't see it because it's covered with the conversations of people, the comments.
I'll take away the conversations.
But on the far right, if you'll notice the last 2 or 3 points are heading up. So from about where my mouse is now to the current, it's popped over 46,000 registered deaths in the last 12 months.
And this is your graph. You took the data and made a graph.
This is the data. I'm happy to share I'll share the site where people can get it from if they may as well have a quick. I'll do a quick share screen of that as well.
Okay.
So that people can see where I get it from.
Okay, and then we'll play.
So it's presumably official data. That's what you're saying.
It's official data from the Victorian. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the registration data. There's a link there.
Yeah. Like all data, it looks pretty raw unless you put it on a graph.
That's right. And so it's what this data is the number of deaths registered in any calendar month. Mm-hmm. Now, interestingly, the data starts at September 2019.
Yeah.
Now, and you can't get data before that, and they started doing this at this particular time. In my opinion, this is points to the idea that they wanted to have this available so that people could see what was going on. They've established this particular record
for
what took place in 2020 and 2021 onwards. That's my view. Because it started really just shortly before March 2020.
I know that, but the mRNA type shots were out in 2019.
No.
Yes, they were.
Sorry.
No.
Yes, they were. They were.
Well, they were, correct. But it was much later. They were mass available.
They were mass. Yeah, they were only available to old people's homes.
No. I'm talking about the so-called flu vaccines.
Yes, I'm talking about the same. Which is what started the scam in Italy and so on, and in Norway and in Sweden. It was those people in those old aged care homes that got the first mRNA vaccines in late 2019.
Well, it says here, I'm going to ask. It says they weren't in Australia.
No, but the point I'm making is this data, this thing where the deaths registered by month table appears. It started basically from data from September 2019, and before that, the data is not available. And I'm trying to get hold of it, but it's not shown on this website. I said, is there any information before 2019? I only asked that last week, and they said, no, it's not available. You have to apply for it specially. The point I'm making, Tim, is that for whatever reason, this particular glimpse into what's going on with registered deaths only appeared just shortly before this whole thing kicked off. And I think it was part of the operations planning.
Mm-hmm. But what would the point be?
So for them to be able to monitor clearly the effect of vaccines and what's going on.
Okay. It said here mRNA vaccine technology was not used in any approved vaccine in 2019 anywhere in the entire world. So that's false information I'm propagating. Okay. That's according
I actually thought it had been established they did have a particular vaccine in the Italian, in the northern Italian area and in Sweden, but in old people's homes.
Well, it said here it was Fluad. Fluad was
I recall back then specifically something about like a feline vaccine, a cat-based vaccine that had basically killed all the cats. That was one of the first distributions of an mRNA vaccine.
Anyway, that's interesting data for us to check out later on. Point being here is that it now does appear, as I said, that the rate at which people are dying is increasing again and heading back up towards the peak during the most intense jabbing. But fortunately for Victoria, the birth rate is also jumping up. 80,000 in the same time period. 80,000 children live births occurred. So Victoria is one of the few places where population is naturally growing at over 35,000 people a year, and growing through immigration by 1 million a year.
Frank, I'm curious, have you seen the same sort of push that we saw during the COVID days for the jab as we did then? Are you seeing that now? Because in my area over here in America, it's sort of like just died down completely. I mean, you could get a free turkey for Thanksgiving and so on and so forth, free hamburger, whatever.
But still, still recommended by
on that end.
No, it's still recommended by the TGA, the Therapeutic Goods Association, and their recommendation has been questioned in the Senate about why they're doing that. But people are very wary of it. That is for sure.
Well, that's good. But you're in spring now, so your vaccine season is in the past, isn't it? Starting.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you think
there is a lot of, but there is a lot of cold and flu around at the moment.
Okay.
And in fact, I think, as I've told you, I've started singing, doing 1 hour singing sessions with a group of singers around the aged care facilities of Geelong.
Okay.
And a performance that was due to occur today was cancelled because of COVID in the
house. COVID in the house. COVID in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. That's sad. Well, we got our regular caller in, or should we do two at once?
Hold time 8 seconds.
We'll do two caller inners at once.
Hold time 10 seconds.
Okay, we got two caller inners at once. We're trying to economize here. Caller number 1. Where are you calling from, and what's your name?
My name is John the Beggar, and I'm calling from the South Shore of the St. Lawrence Seaway.
Hi, John. I knew you would start talking first. And who's the other caller?
Hey, Fakeologist. It's Jay from Texas. Hey, CSL. Hey, Frank the Salt Guy. Thank you for taking my call.
And John the Beggar.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Yeah, and John the Beggar. Yes, John the Beggar.
Okay, let's let John's the senior citizen here. Let's let him talk first.
Okay. You told me I should call back today, and I know you had some conversations about fake trials and other things, but I don't see much interest in people getting jabs today. They seem to be very leery of it.
Yeah.
In fact, I've even had people who've told me they had strokes or seizures after taking the COVID jabs, or relatives of theirs.
Yeah.
And it's becoming quite common, and people are even calling them poison. And I hear that the uptake is just abysmal for all vaccines. I predict you'll have some of these companies going out of business, filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
They'll probably write it off against the people that own the shares in the company.
Well, my understanding is that Gates Foundation and Bill Gates have just basically sold out.
What do you mean sold out?
Sold out of their interest in
Pfizer and Moderna.
Moderna, I think, was the one that
Murderna, yeah.
Moderna, yeah.
Murder my Erna. Yeah. Well, that's good.
Well, I mean, that's Bill Gates' recent commentary, even on the news, right? As he's now moving his commentary from his various positions of expertise or claimed expertise to AI. That's what he's talking about now. He's no longer talking about vaccines like he was.
Well, not just that, but he's also backtracking on the
climate change. Yeah,
on climate change. Yeah,
yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was.
I'm quite sure that by how they talk and invest, and they get out at the right times, they make lots of money. And if something does go wrong, they can all write it off against their taxes. They probably don't lose a penny.
The only thing is, who is Bill Gates? It's like all these super rich guys. I just think they're fronts, really.
Yeah.
I agree. They're Rockefeller fronts.
Rockefeller.
Yeah, it's Rockefeller, and that's a Rothschild front. So,
John,
okay,
they're just going to make it back, right? They're just going to make the money back, because you said he's going into AI, and that's what's getting big now. And I think the reason why they stopped this whole COVID thing, because the one issue that I don't like. Or before I forget, the show from yesterday was good. It was awesome.
You like
the
that?
Information. I liked it. I liked it because despite what you saw going on, there was still some relatively good discussion.
Oh, you got some information yesterday, despite the swearing and yelling.
Yes.
Well, that's a very good counterpoint comment.
I like both of their thought process. I like both of them. Jim has given a lot of good information.
Yeah.
Fake news, a lot of good information. I mean, despite what people want to say, I mean, like I said, every mind, Frank knows this, every mind might not have a mother load of stuff, but don't forget to pick up the gems and nuggets that are lying around. You know what I mean? That's still valuable,
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It was a very good show. But yeah, what I was saying about the COVID thing, the one thing you don't talk about is like, because how I think ICL was talking. So you were saying that they're spying on us by our own neighbors.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we don't talk about is gang stalking. That's one thing that I've noticed because when I got out of the military.
What is gang stalking? Because I don't buy into that. I think that's more fear porn. What is it?
I think it was just because Edward Snowden would talk about when they asked him, who does the CIA watch and everybody? And they asked him, like, is it spies? Is it terrorists? Is it this or that? And he said, no. They watch interesting people. He's like, well, what does all that mean? Interesting people. What's an interesting person to these type of people? You know,
person of interest,
governments and stuff like that. But what would they think is interesting to them from people? And with this COVID thing, it started building up that like surveillance thing. People, that's one thing people didn't like is even though they probably didn't notice, they don't like being told how to live their basic lives if they know it's not inflicting, like if they know common sense wise, it's not inflicting harm in anybody. Like wearing little minuscule stuff, you know. And this was real. This was too imposing. And the reason why I say that gang stalking stuff is because I've talked to people who like been to jail, been to prison, and stuff like that, and it's very interesting because they'll talk to me about, you know, we'll talk about like UFOs, Bigfoot, yada, yada, yada. They want to talk about stuff like that. Even conspiracies like 9/11, but when you like bring up gang stalking, they're like totally changed and they're like, don't talk about that. And you should just read your Bible. And it's very interesting because the COVID thing really like brought out and then a lot of stuff. And now you're seeing Bill Gates going to AI. And what did Palantir just make with the big AI? You know what I mean? He's spying on everybody and stuff like that. And
yeah,
you know, it's just very interesting. Like, I don't know, what do y'all think is the main reason why they, besides controlling and everything, what are they looking for? You think they're looking for anything at all?
I don't know. John the Beggar, what do you think? Did you hear any of that?
I think it's a scam for money.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. I think AI is being blown up like a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they like to control everything. They're going to use that to buy up all the land, all the assets, and you'll own nothing and be happy. You know, I was just thinking about old Klaus the other day. An incredible man. His father was a Nazi, and his mother was from a Jewish banking family dynasty, the Rothschilds. Quite a man there. Quite a man. It just shows you that everything is such a bunch of BS. Everything you hear about.
Well, the AI that pops up on my, you know, how everyone gets a thing tailored for them. What popped up in my feed yesterday was an article saying, "Oh, you know, the secret of Adolf Hitler is that he had Jewish blood in his DNA."
Yeah,
probably did.
Well,
no, it's just one.
That's two myths right there: DNA and Jewish blood. Thank you.
And the fact that it was fed into my stream, obviously that.
Does anyone have Catholic
blood? They know
blood?
that I'm interested in that.
Like, I want to know why only the Jews have Jewish blood. Like, is there Catholic blood? Yeah, but
Catholic
is
blood.
there Lutheran blood? Because I don't remember ticking that off when I donated blood. They just wanted to know if I had a bum buddy. That was their main concern.
Yeah, that usually is, and they do check for various things, and it's just I'm looking at everything they do, and it's always a financial scam. And I think this AI is blowing all out of proportions to what it can do. I mean, it spied on me, and I think I told you about that in another program that it writes when I hit the Google thing with my little initial on it. It says John the Beggar. So they have been spying on me.
Yeah.
But what real good does this do? I mean, it does good for the government. The government can keep tabs on me.
Why do they want to know what John the Beggar's doing? Where's the upside? Unless you're inventing a new AI chip, I really don't think you're much use.
No, John, I don't think I am. Yes, what were we going to say, Jay?
Do you think that this AI stuff is to, like, I don't know, like maybe to...
I know what it is. It's to replace people.
What do you think money... That's what I mean. Like, how much labor, and this is probably more of a question for you, is what do you think the money is? Do you think it really is like copper, silver, and gold? And do you think, like, for Frank, like, how much energy, like, since you're a miner, like, it's not just, that's a tangible resource.
He's a retired miner. Well, he's a salt miner now, actually.
Well, right. Yeah. Like, it's a tangible resource, right? And it's not something that, like, because you still need that to build technology too, right? I mean, you
We
know,
need silver and other metals, copper too.
Yeah. So
for
like
chips and stuff.
Yeah. So
but really, a lot of that, you know, if people were really serious about all these things, then all the electronic sources would be scavenged, wouldn't they? I mean, I suspect that it's more sensible to scavenge old computers and phones, because in the end, the process is quite simple. You just dissolve them in this particular acid, which is a combination of sulfuric and nitric acid. And
right, they've already been mined, right?
So you're saying that separates the metal from the silicone?
Yeah, so you dissolve silver and gold in this. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's a mixture.
Aqua region.
Thank you. And it's a combination of nitric acid and sulfuric acid.
Yeah.
Both acids, you can actually make them at home. Car battery acid is sulfuric acid. You know, they're easy to obtain things, and you know, people could be.
You must know this song.
Silver and gold, silver and gold. Everyone wishes for silver and gold.
I can hear Frank singing.
Was that Burl Ives, my favorite guy?
It is. He's a great singer. He was.
A little bitty tear let me down.
There you go. So that silver and gold. When you, my brain is triggered by songs.
By the way, I have the view that, you know, all of these things, you can't eat them, but you know, or Bitcoin or any of these things, but it is a fact that no one knows where to put their money. If you just have money and put it in a bank and the banks fail, you know,
Bitcoin's under 100. Bitcoin's
no one has got a clue about what to do.
I know.
I mean, I've just invested in clues. A bit of everything, you know.
I have clues. Bitcoin's under 100,000, by the way. Go get your Bitcoin. Now it's on sale.
I just shared with Ab a private link here. Yeah. So JP Morgan calls out the AI spend out, right? And they say that $650 billion in annual revenue would be required to deliver a mere 10% return on AI build-out. Hold out. Which would be equivalent to a $35 payment from every iPhone user or a $180 payment from every Netflix subscriber. And here's the key point, right? In perpetuity.
Yeah, but that's just right now. But the cost will go way down over time.
And then and then the fact is that the capital costs are so high for these. You know, Microsoft's, their cash flow is just...
but this is right now, though. This is at the beginning of it. This is the upfront.
But in fairness, what is going to stop this capital buildup? You know, within a year, all the stuff that they're installing now will be outdated.
Yeah.
You know, there was I know that one of the big companies was halfway through the construction of one of the data centers, and they just stopped it, pulled it down, and built a completely different one.
Yeah. Hey, John, I'm gonna have to let you go because there's another call coming in.
Okay. Nice talking with you guys. See you another time and talk to you
Thanks
another
for
time.
calling in. Jay, I'm gonna have to let
John.
you go too, if you don't mind.
Okay, thank y'all for taking my call.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks
you
for calling in.
Regulars. And here comes
Hold time.
the next caller in.
4 seconds.
Hi, caller in. Where are you calling from, and what's your name?
I'm calling from Toronto, and my name is Chester Brown.
Oh, Chester, nice to hear from you again. Thanks for your support.
Hey, Abbo.
Yeah, Abbo. Yeah, I like that.
I was amused when Brian called you that the other day.
Oh, I get called all kinds of things, but just don't call me late for dinner, as they say. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What's on your mind?
Hi to CSL and Frank.
Hi, Chester.
Yep.
It's
Hello,
a very,
Chester.
I must say, it's a very 1950s name. I don't think I've heard a name like Chester Brown since I've seen a 1948 movie.
Wow.
Yeah, it is an old-fashioned name.
The only Chester I know is a Chester George.
I mean, you don't have to acknowledge this at all, but I assume is it your real name? Is it your actual name, or is it your pseudonym?
Oh, yeah, it's my real name.
Fantastic.
What was your mother thinking? Let's ask that.
Chester's the name of my grandfather. God rest his soul.
Maternal and paternal side.
Okay.
Well, the grandfather on my paternal side was named Chester, and my grandfather on my paternal side, his brother was named Chester. So it's a family name on both sides.
It's a family affair. Wow.
I think you've been very blessed with a great name.
Oh yeah, I love the name.
Yeah. What's on your mind tonight?
Agreed.
Well, first of all, it's not the main thing I wanted to talk about, but Lynn was incorrect about Miri Finch the other night. She said that Miri of Miri's Massive Missives.
Yeah.
She said that Miri did not think, or that Miri thinks the Apollo moon landings were real, and that's not the case. I went to her site and did a search, and of course, Miri knows that the Apollo missions were fake.
All right, that's good to hear. Yeah,
that is.
Lynn, you've been called out. Fact checked. In fact, fact check this. Okay, thank you, Chester. I didn't. I couldn't defend her because I didn't read the whole site. I think she's a really good writer, though, and you're a writer. What do you think of her writing?
Oh yeah, I love Miri. I think she's. I'm reading her regularly these days, and
good. Yeah, she's good. Very good. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, she's awesome. Miri's Missives.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is, well, the last time I called in, it was about a film by a director named Yorgos Lanthimos, and it seemed kind of connected to fakeology stuff.
Okay.
And he's got a new film out called Begonia that I saw a couple nights ago. So I figured I'd call in and tell you about that one.
Yeah, go for it. I'll look it up. Begonia, 2019? No, 2025. There are a few Begonias, but this one begins with the second letter is U. Bugonia. Are there bugs
Begonia.
in it?
So it's about a conspiracy theorist and his autistic cousin, and they kidnapped the CEO of a pharmaceutical company.
Ooh.
The conspiracy theorist is, well, he's convinced that the drugs that the company produces have harmed his mom. She's in a coma in a hospital.
Okay.
And also the cousin who helps kidnap the CEO has autism, and it's not really made clear if they're making a connection between
vaccines,
the autism and the company, but it's sort of, I mean, why else make the character autistic? You know?
Yeah, sounds good. Do you want me to play the trailer?
If you want.
Or do you want to keep talking? Because it sounds really good.
So the conspiracy theorist is convinced that aliens are running the world.
Okay.
And that the CEO is an alien. And I'm not going to ruin it by telling you if the CEO is an alien.
That's the spoiler alert, right?
Well, I'm going to have to give some spoilers.
No, don't do that. I want to watch it now. Talk around it.
Yeah, I personally hate spoilers. If it's worth watching, I'd rather watch it myself. But yeah.
Why don't we watch the clip? Can we watch the clip?
Okay. Watch the clip.
Do you mind?
Watch the
because maybe it fills in some blanks, so you don't have to spill the beans.
And we don't want you to lose your Netflix promotion bonus.
Yeah. Hold on a sec.
Good morning, Corey. Good morning, Michelle. I believe every company should strive to form a diverse table, to empower people of different skills, and every time, what is it?
Skills and identities.
To foster a new generation of, okay, let's go again.
They want you to think it's you, that it's you who made this world. But it's always been them. All we've lost, all that's been done to us, We're saying that right again. Greetings. Welcome to the headquarters of the human resistance.
Where's my hair?
Your hair has been destroyed to prevent you from contacting your ship.
What ship?
Your mothership?
Okay. In the next 48 hours, the police and the FBI will begin a statewide manhunt. I'm a high-profile female corporate executive. I am crucial. In all humility, I can say that. Think of it like you abducted the governor, but worse. There is no possible scenario where you benefit from this incident.
That was really good. My pulse is racing right now.
Oh, that's Emma Stone. Okay.
Oh yeah, that little pyramid symbolism too.
You're killing our planet.
Alien fellas.
I'm not an alien.
You're lying to me.
What's the difference? You know this is crazy. You know this is wrong.
I know who you are. I know what you are.
I know you too, Teddy.
It's fine. It's cool.
I don't know if that was the best trailer, but I'm not sure it's drawing me in.
Well, I want to watch it.
You want to watch
it? I'm at least catch something of it. Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of it, but I like the premise.
All right.
Frank will be interested that it is hinted at that the Earth actually is flat.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to repeat for everyone listening, just in case you think that I believe the Earth is flat. I don't believe the Earth is flat. I assume it's flat, and so do you, and so does everybody.
Yeah, it's not a belief; it's an assumption.
Yeah.
Also, there's a part in the film where kind of related to Tim Osman's idea about concurrent programming. So the conspiracy theorist is passing by. He has a rifle. He's passing by a security guard, but he wants to hide it. So what does he do? He puts it down his pant leg. And then, of course, he's walking with a limp, like Tyler Robinson supposedly did. Prior
from the Charlie Kirk incident, right?
Okay, so you're saying there's some concurrent programming?
Well, I don't know, but it seems it's an interesting coincidence, anyways.
I may have missed it, and excuse this. Is this a TV show or a movie?
It's a movie.
Oh, this is a movie.
And
it's in theaters right now.
And it's just okay. So it hasn't hit the torrent scene yet, I noticed. Okay, that's good.
No.
Okay. So is this a Canadian guy or?
He's Greek, I think.
Greek. Okay. I didn't see any Toronto scenes in the movie, so but who knows? Okay, we'll put it on our list. Chester, thanks a lot. Unless you got something else.
No, I guess that's it.
Did you enjoy the show?
I must admit, Chester, that I automatically just translate the alien characters into fallen heavenly beings. I just transpose the conspiracy theory, so I'm guilty.
Are you saying like demons or angels, right, Frank?
That's it. Fallen. This. I just apply the biblical narrative.
Okay, let's go back to the Court TV clip, if you don't mind. We'll play a bit of this. How much should we play there, CSL?
If I recall, the link that I sent you there is like a compilation. I'm not sure. Was it 5 minutes long? You can skip through it, but it's multiple instances of this particular comedian, Ben, I think is his name, or Ben Parker. Palmer. Yeah, Ben Parker. Yeah, where he and his buddies got onto multiple court TV shows with fake stories and got payouts.
But aren't they? But is the point? What is the point? Because as fakeologists, we think court TV is fake. Everything is fake. So is he trying to make it seem like only his story is fake?
No, what he's absolutely revealing is exactly that.
Yeah.
If you want to share it.
Please raise your right hand. Promoter Ben Palmer is suing a performer for breach of contract. Defendant Derulio Ledger says he had to leave the show for his own safety.
Let's see, Mr. Palmer, you're suing Mr. Ledger, and you said he did not give the contracted performance. 2 comedy shows, and you only got 1 on stage, and you still had to pay the house. And Mr. Ledger, you say you had a good excuse for failing to perform the 2nd show. All right, you first, sir.
We've been friends for a little under a year now through doing comedy. I saw him perform before, and he was funny. You know, he made the crowd laugh. So I thought I'd hire him to do my show. We had a contract, and in the contract it stated that I would pay him $2,500 for him to perform for both shows. It was specifically written in the contract that he was to perform for both shows.
$2,500 paid in advance, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, what happened?
So he comes to the show. I got a packed house. Everyone's getting ready to have a great time. I host the show. I'm getting laughs. I got another comedian comes on. He's getting laughs. Then Derulio comes on, and he just treats this thing like it's a big game. He's laughing the whole time. Before he even told a joke, he's laughing, just laughing, walking. He was probably drunk or on something. I'm not sure what it was.
Hey, hold your point. Let's not get into character assassination right now. So you think he was under the influence?
Assassination?
Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it?
That was funny. All right.
Oh, it's an amusing clip if you've got time to watch it. But
all right.
Yeah, that's the end result is exactly what we already knew, that Court TV is indeed fake.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. This is a fake, but their interaction is probably fake too, I would think. What do you think?
I wouldn't say it necessarily is scripted. I think they do a little bit of improv, much like comedians do.
Do you really think they had a gripe? Or
no. In fact, he says as much. He goes on to say as much. Yeah. No, they didn't really have a gripe.
Okay. So it's
they were greasing each other's hands behind the scenes. In fact, one of his stand-ups later, he actually talked. That's how I came across this. One of this particular comedian stand-ups later talks about how, he was making money to feed himself and his bros, pay his rent by just going on Court TV shows, making up shit.
Okay.
And I just found it quite amusing, and I think it was relevant to what we were talking about earlier in that regard.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
And it's absolutely proof of that. He does Joe Brown, he does Judy. It's every one of them you could think of. He does. They do. They're all in LA, and they're all fake. They're all a hoax. And he reveals exactly how he goes through it, and it became a part of his stand-up later.
Okay.
Right,
so
he's
later
like,
on, he explains what he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. How far?
Maybe not in this specific video.
Okay, because it looks like they're just doing the whole pantomime all the way through.
Yeah, it's more of a compilation video on this one. Maybe I picked the wrong one, but yeah.
All right. Well, that's good.
But to your point though, yeah, it's absolutely fake, and that's what this guy, this comedian, ultimately reveals. And it gives some behind the scenes into it. Like if you want to make, and in so many words saying, if you want to make a few bucks, well, then go on one of these shows if you happen to be over in LA.
Yeah. Okay. Chester, do you think Court TV is real or fake?
My guess would be fake.
Yeah. Well, it's entertainment, so it's scripted at the very least. I would call it scripted as opposed to fake because it's a real TV channel with a court theme. Say that again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, CSL went quiet there, I think. CSL?
No, I think that was an echo on.
That's an echo. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was an echo on Chester's.
Yeah, I accidentally.
Okay, I thought. Yeah. Okay, I gotcha. All right. Well, if anything else, Chester, before we go.
Well, maybe one thing.
Okay.
I mentioned the thing about the character in the movie putting the rifle down his pant leg.
Yeah.
But I wanted to check, is that still the establishments or the established story, of how Tyler Robinson got the gun onto the rooftop? So I went on Perplexity and asked how Tyler Robinson got the gun onto the rooftop.
Yeah.
And Perplexity denied that Charlie Kirk had been assassinated and denied that Tyler Robinson had anything to do with, because there was no assassination, Tyler Robinson couldn't have anything to do with the assassination, which seemed utterly bizarre.
Wow. Wonder where it picked that info up.
Right. It took me. I questioned why it thought there was no assassination, and finally, I was like, "Are you not aware that there's this CBC article that says there was an assassination?"
Yeah.
And it was like, well, the CBC might be a reputable source, but they might have it wrong in this case.
Okay.
And
so more strange, isn't it? More confusion from the bots. So the bots confused, which is the point of psyops, which I've said all along. It's not to convince, it's to confuse until you get exhausted and walk away. So, well, there you go.
I tell you what, it'd be worth. I don't suppose you've kept a record of that conversation, have you?
I took screenshots. Yeah.
All right.
That would be real. I mean, I'm because I find that very surprising, as you do. Just the thing is basically saying, I don't live in a world where Charlie Kirk's story existed. That's very, very, very strange, isn't it, for Perplexity to behave that way? I mean, I think
I was,
much more interesting than obviously Jim does, but I'm a bit flummoxed.
Well, I personally have heard that narrative, even on these shows on Thursdays, of people, Ab himself, right, claiming they had no idea who Charlie Kirk was before the event happened.
Oh no,
so
no,
it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that AI itself would also say as much.
Yeah, but 2 months after the Charlie Kirk supposed assassination, Perplexity doesn't know about the assassination.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I agree with you, CSL, that I had no idea who Charlie Kirk was. He just wasn't even on my radar at all.
No.
But that's quite different to what Chester is talking about. Now he's saying, I did a search through Perplexity, and it just flat out denied that Charlie Kirk even exists. That's really weird. I mean, it may be telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Right. It might actually be saying, well, the reason I don't know or have any information to reference that Charlie Kirk existed is because he doesn't. He did not. Right. That's
what do you think of that possibility, Chester?
Sorry, but I didn't hear that.
What I was saying is the reason that Perplexity doesn't know Charlie Kirk exists is maybe it's because he doesn't exist.
All right.
Right.
Well, it's just simply reading, scraping websites and summarizing them. I just would describe it as a good curator of web searches, or it's a meta crawler. I don't think it does much more. There's no thinking involved. There's no intelligence.
That's what I understand Perplexity to be as well, right? Perplexity is sort of an AI, engine or whatever that's
LLM.
sort of crowdsourcing from multiple LLMs, right? It's asking ChatGPT, it's asking Grok, it's asking Meta,
I don't know if it's doing that because it gives its own sources just like the others, but I just don't think they're intelligent. None of them are intelligent. They're stupid, actually. I ask them all the time, and
or they don't necessarily have access to real-time information. I mean, as far as I've gathered, at this moment, at this time frame, at this timestamp, Grok is the only one that has access to like actual real-time information. Like you could ask Grok today about something that happened today, and it would actually potentially provide you with not necessarily accurate information, but it could provide you with information resulting from something that happened today. But the others, they're all behind. They're all behind.
No, I agree. Grok Grok can find real-time information or recent information. So that's a true statement. I just did it today, and it got me a quote on the NASDAQ today. So, but it was all wrong. Its conclusions were all wrong. So I was yelling at it again, like I like to. It's a good emotional outlet, but it doesn't listen. It must be female.
That's my own personal criticism of the AI. I saw a meme on the Discord that Randomism, one of our Discord regulars, posted, and it went back and forth saying, like it was like a CEO boardroom meme. And they're like, what should we do next? Well, we should introduce AI. Why? Well, we want it now. For what? We don't know. When do we want it? Now. And where did we want it? In everything. Right? That's kind of what's happening, right? We're getting AI in everything.
Well, to the point that it's, for all practical purposes, it seems to be another scam to suck people.
It's a bullshitter. It's just a bullshitter is the point I was getting at.
Yeah, but apart from that, it's also this the only reason that the stock markets are up at the moment is because of AI speculation.
Mm-hmm.
All the other shares really are, they're not traveling well at all. The stock index is literally running on the push from people buying shares and the valuations of AI companies. And it is, as you've already pointed out, a mindless situation. Why there's no actual stream of money being generated from AI at all, from my understanding.
Well, that's what I've also observed, and there's been memes. If it's not already established, which I have in the Discord under my CSL account, I'm a meme farmer, and I post them. But one of them, is showing the circular sort of investment strategy that's taking place, right? So NVIDIA develops new chips, and Microsoft and Google and so on buys them, and so on and so forth. It creates this sort of like circle of money, an infinite money glitch, if you will.
Yeah.
That really doesn't produce anything.
No, not a thing.
Not yet. All right, Chester, I got to let you go now because the show is running out. Thanks.
Interesting call there, Chester. Thank you.
Thank you, Chester.
I'll send you those screenshots, Frank. It's Frank at Fakeologist.
That's right.
Is that it?
That's it.
Frank.
Okay.
All
Thanks,
right,
Chester.
Chester.
You're welcome.
All right, there goes Chester. And we're about to go as well. CSL, you're in the Discord, and I just saw quickly while you're talking that you put something about Reddit, because we have a subreddit that's just starting out, r/Fakeologist. So you want to cross-post some blog posts there, which is a good idea to get some more interest.
Yes, and I had extended an invite. I had extended an invite to any of the Discord participants that do have Reddit experience to help me and you and the Fakeologist community.
Yeah,
sort of figure out what we want to do with it, and I'm open to input. And I've got some ideas. One of the people that I was replying to there was someone ironically named. I say ironically because it does seem that way. I asked for ideas, and I got a guy replying, or person. Idea Factory was their name.
Nice.
But however it goes, I'm definitely open to it. I think that's kind of how we're going to go with this forward. I haven't, and thanks for your patience with me, Ab.
That's fine.
I haven't had the opportunity to dig into it, as you know too, and others have known. Much like you, I have a more than full-time job. But here we go, and we've got a Fakeologist page there, and I think there's an opportunity to kind of extend that further. I don't want to necessarily just make it only exclusive to cross-posting things from Fakeologist.com. But I think those ideas are helpful, and that's exactly what I'll begin with, and I'll get it developed and fleshed out. Figure out how to get that going. But I'm also looking for anybody, and maybe you threw that at me here, I'm assuming, to extend that to those on the call that are listening, if you've got some Reddit experience, my criteria would be anyone that has both Reddit and Fakeologist experience. Reach out to me. CSL. Curvy Sexert Lady is my Reddit name.
Yeah.
And that's who I am on Discord as well. And if you've got some ideas, let's do it. And I think there's an opportunity to help grow the platform and expose it to others. That's my interest. That's my intent.
And presumably you're CSL at fakeologist.com, are you?
I don't think the abs made that for me yet.
I was just thinking about that because I just added Frank at fakeologist.com to the show notes, but I will add CSL if he wants. It's not a problem.
I would appreciate that if that's if you want to do CSL at fakeologist.com, I'll take it.
It just it does make it easy for people to contact us, CSL.
Yeah, just send me your forwarding email and I'll set that up. I'll do that.
Sure. It's the same one you already know, but I'll confirm.
Okay, I just put it just to make it easy for my simple brain. If you put a direct message in Discord, I'll grab it out of there. You probably already did it in the past, but yeah, do that. That would be great. Okay. And past applicants need not apply to the Reddit moderation. They have already and have been rejected. It didn't make it past the great screening process that we have here. All right, that was a calm show. There was no there was no yelling tonight. Everyone is quite peaceful. It was a nice, relaxing show tonight, guys.
So far, what I've gathered is that for me and you and Frank, that's not happened on Thursdays so far. So let's keep it going.
Well, if you keep going with that microphone, there's going to be some complaining. I tell you, CSL, it's like being. I feel like I'm here with a movie star. You know, we're all.
Yeah.
Well, what is going on with that microphone? There's something.
You're going to have to get his setup and put it on your.
I'm not going to compete. I'm sorry. It's just.
I'll share. Anyone wants to know, ask me. I'll tell you.
I want you to come down to the lowest common denominator. That's all I want.
Believe it or not, I have one of the absolute cheapest microphones on the market.
Yeah, you must have a board that's doing some.
Oh yeah.
Something additive is going on, which is great.
Well, like I said, there'll be fireworks shortly if it doesn't get toned. If you don't tone that down.
I appreciate that, Frank. Thank you.
All right.
Well, thanks for inviting me once again, Tim. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for showing up. And what else do we have to
a pleasure to be on the sound waves with that microphone.
Yeah, it's great. Always good.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And if it was not, so I've got some accusations that I would like to clear up at the end of the show.
Oh, okay, go for it.
And Ab, I think you can confirm this. I'm only here at your invitation, correct?
Well, yeah, it's pretty hard to just crowbar your way on the show unless you're blackmailing me. I guess that would be the only other way.
But I never asked you to be on the show. You invited me. So I wanted to get that cleared up.
Yeah,
I would have thought it was clear just from your microphone while you're here. If anyone is disputing while you're here, they just have to play this recording back again, and it'll be very obvious to everybody.
Thank you so much.
Not only that, but it truthfully, what I do very rarely is I go over and try and keep the donor list up to date, and a lot of times I've left past donors on this page here because I just didn't keep it updated and trimmed. So we have quite a few people that donate to the show, and we have monthly people, and we have just one-ofs, which is fine. And I just noticed that you have been a monthly donor for so long that I thought, wow, I don't even remember this guy, to be honest, talking to him. So I thought I'll connect to him and others. And I think I reached out to a few of these other regulars and said, hey, if you want to come on the show, have a chat, that would be fine. We have talked to many of these people here. Dr. Fustercluck. I don't think Joe Peppers ever talked to us. I can't remember. Mark has been on the show. Randism. A couple of the other. Bing has been on a couple times. Waterman. Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking. Yeah.
Well, a typo error is a piece of furniture at this point.
Yeah, he's always on. I'm talking about. I was just trying to reach out to the regulars on the donor list that haven't been on because I thought, well, if you're interested, you can come on. And most people don't want to; they just want to be in the background. That's cool. So, Kirby came on. That's really the.
Well, I predict that Rolo will consider CSL a suitable substitute for John Laws.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, wow.
You know,
there you go.
You know, it's if you don't end up as a very successful radio voice, I'll go he CSL.
Yeah. Well, in the old days, you just had to have a good voice and no real talent. I think Rolo.
But I don't think that's changed at all. I think. But,
yeah.
And the fact is, obviously, CSL does have talent as well. But
yeah,
great.
That was the criteria in the past. Maybe I'm not. You still have to have a brain, but.
Oh yeah. And I'm not taking it that way. I'm not taking it that way.
Actors, though, they were brought on because they look good and they fit all the criteria, and they were just taught how to act. It's not that hard over time. So I think that's how it works. I'm not sure.
Anyway, it has been a pleasure. So thank you.
So that's how it works. So if any other donors want to come on, that's fine. Otherwise, if anyone wants to do a regular show, we can fit them into a schedule as well. You don't have to be a donor. So we're not really pay for play here. It was just an idea I thought, and CSL came on. They responded to it. That's it.
Yeah, I think it worked out. I've been enjoying it. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah, you're welcome. So it's extended to anyone and everyone. Really, the hardest part about a co-host is getting them to show up all the time, because people have other demands on their time, and Frank has been very generous with his time, and so is Lynn. So anyone and Phil, and it's just the regularity that makes it more popular, because people do return to hear certain people when they know they're on at the same time. And this is an old concept that's really going away in the world, because most people don't sit down to receive a scheduled show. Those days are over. So the fact that anyone comes here on the regular for the guests is pretty amazing, because there's a million other content outlets. I think you guys would agree. Very few. You probably don't schedule any of your shows that you like to watch. You just grab them when you want to.
Correct.
On demand.
Yeah. So
now I do have a partner request, Tim, and that is that you play the next part of that song, "Rolling the Headless Thompson Gunner," because
all right, is it that good
as a departure song? I think it's great. The end is particularly good.
Okay, I'll
Patty Hearst gets a mention.
What was it about again? Because
it's about, well, I don't know what it's about really, other than the story is about the fact that the Norwegians end up as mercenaries in Africa, and Patty Hearst apparently got infected with this thing. I enjoy it simply because I don't believe the Patty Hearst story at all.
I can't. What was that about? Was that Charles?
Patty Hearst got kidnapped, and then she decided she was the case of Stockholm syndrome, and she ended up robbing a bank, but didn't get any jail time for it.
Oh right, yeah. Okay, I remember that. Okay,
one of those ridiculous stories. And anyway,
all fun. Right. Okay, Echo Charlie. She likes live streams. Thank you. And P Trippa wants to know what mic to buy. Really, any mic over $100, around $100 will work. Actually, there's really no difference.
Really, I can confirm.
Yeah, there isn't a lot of discernible difference between $100 mic and $1,000 mic. There is a difference, but I'm not sure everyone could hear it. That's the point.
It's your processing chain at that point.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, CSL. Thanks, everyone, for joining. It's the end of the Fakeologist week, and we'll be back on the Discord on the weekend for mindless banter. And it's a lot of administration. It's a lot of megabytes, but we still put up with it. So if you want to come on, shortfake.com/Discord, and you can go to the show notes to get all the links for tonight's show. And we'll finish halfway through Roland, the headless Thompson gunner, Norway's bravest son, it says here. So thanks, everyone, and see you later. And here we go.
His headless body stalking through the night in the muzzle flash of Roland's Thompson gun. In the muzzle flash of Roland's Thompson gun. Roland searched the continent for the man who done him in. He found him in Mombasa in a ballroom drinking gin. Roland aimed his Thompson gun. He didn't say a word, but he blew out one's body from there to Johannesburg. Roland the headless Thompson gunner. Roland the headless Thompson gunner. Roland the headless Thompson gunner. Talking about the man. Roland the headless Thompson gunner. The eternal Thompson gunner, still wandering through the night. Now it's 10 years later, but it still keeps up the fight. In Ireland, in Lebanon, in Palestine, in Berkeley,